Hey, what's up guys, it's Uchiha here, back with the horror one shot as I promised to you guys. This is What If Naruto Loved at the Camp Crystal Lake, and it's going to be a female Jason Voorhees story, and it's a story written by the champ 123. And without further ado, let's continue. Oh yeah guys, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, by the way. And I uploaded the What If Naruto the Blonde's future part. If you haven't, please check that out as well. And let's continue our story. A young man with bright blonde hair, beautiful innocent sapphire eyes, and a sharp handsome face that had 6 scars, 3 on each cheek. Standing 6'5", fairly tall for his age, wearing a black and orange hoodie, black jeans and brown hunting boots. This was Naruto Uzumaki, who currently had his eyes closed as he listened to his friends as they were driving Camp Crystal Lake. Naruto was resting his head against a window as he looked at all the nature and the animals that went by. Naruto was tapped on the shoulder and glanced at his friend, Dave. "So, are you gonna get with Jess?" Dave asked as he wiggled his eyebrows. Naruto just rolled his eyes. "Dude, she wants you. Why don't you try and get with her? I mean, she really likes you, man." Naruto didn't say anything, ignoring his friend, who gave a sigh and looked into the rear view mirror, mouthing, "I tried," to his girlfriend Amanda. When they reached the camp, Naruto was helping unpack, when he was tapped on the shoulder. Turning around to see who tapped, he wasn't surprised when it was Jess. "Hey Naruto," short for Naruto by the way. "Hey," Naruto said as he pulled the stuff down. "Looks like you don't have a sleeping bag. We can share." Naruto gave a small smile and politely declined. "Sorry Jess, maybe next time." Walking off to the nearest cabin, Jess gave a huff as her best friend leaned on the car with her. "Another fail?" "Shut up." After getting all his stuff settled in, Naruto couldn't help but stare at the dogs as memory hit him like a ton of bricks. Stumbling back, Naruto gripped his head in pain as he fell back onto his bed. Flashback. A 9-year-old Naruto was looking around in awe as he got off the bus. Naruto stopped looking around when his eyes focused on the prettiest girl he has ever seen. Long dark hair, bright brown eyes. She was wearing the standard camping uniform, looking around at the new kids until her eyes met Naruto's. A dark red blush spread across her face as she looked at the crowd, not meeting his eyes. Naruto, without even thinking about it, walked over to her holding his hand out. "Hi, I'm Naruto. What's your name?" Naruto asked excitedly. The girl took Naruto's hand with a smile and said, "Jasmine," she said quietly but loud enough for Naruto to hear. Naruto grinned with his arms behind his head as he continued to walk with Jasmine. As the weeks went by, you could say and always find Naruto with Jasmine. The two were inseparable, and you couldn't find one without the other. Naruto meets Jasmine mom Pamela, who always loved having him around, thinking of him as a sweetheart and always embarrassing Jasmine, saying they're cute together when Naruto wasn't in the room. Naruto was walking with Jasmine in the woods when there was a rustling in the bushes next to them. Naruto stepping in front of Jasmine was waiting for the animal to show itself. After a minute of nothing showing itself, Naruto relaxed slightly until a wolf jumped out and pinned Naruto to the ground, its claws slashing down on his cheeks. Using one hand to hold the wolf up and the other to find something to hit the wolf with, Jasmine could only stand there petrified, too afraid to move. Naruto, getting a hold of a big rock, swung with all his might, striking the wolf hard across the face. Naruto quickly got up back and continued his assault on the wolf. When he finally stopped, Naruto dropped the rock as he backed away from the wolf. Naruto turned to Jasmine. "Hey, are you okay?" Jasmine didn't say anything except tackling Naruto into a hug, crying as she did so. "Hey, look, I'm okay, see?" Naruto tried to say as Jasmine tightened her hold onto him. Naruto wrapped his arms around her as he turned back to the unmoving wolf. 3 weeks later. A few more weeks went by after the wolf attack. The camp was on high alert, and unfortunately for Naruto, he started to get more attention than he liked. Naruto saw Jasmine being bullied by some older girls with a loud "hey." The girls saw Naruto coming, so they ran off. "Hey Jasmine, are you okay?" Naruto asked as he helped her to her feet. Jasmine gave a nod as she wiped the tears from her eyes. "Come on, I'll take you to Pamela." Naruto took her by the hand, missing the blush. Naruto was sitting on the docks looking at the moon. Naruto heard a twig snap and turned around to see Jasmine walking towards him. Naruto smiled and patted the spot next to him. When Jasmine sat next to him, Jasmine slowly slid her hand over until it was on tops of Naruto. Those girls were picking up on you because they're jealous of you. You're pretty while they're average. Naruto turned to Jasmine, a determined look in his eyes. I promise we will always be friends, and I will always protect you. Naruto turned back to looking at the moon, missing the look in her eyes that held so much love, nothing less. Naruto intended to keep that promise, but the world has other plans. Flashback end. Naruto shook his head as he got off the bed to meet with the others. Sitting around campfire enjoying the silence was good until Dave threw a beer at Naruto, who caught it without even looking away from the fire. We need someone without a hangover to drive in the morning. Dave, taking a seat next to Naruto, cracked open his own beer. Come on, Naruto, lighten up. One little beer is gonna kill ya. I'm good, but why don't you guys drink to your heart content? They were quiet for a bit until Dave broke the silence. Hey, remember that parties at Tony's? Dave asked. Yeah, so many girls were hitting on you, but you didn't do anything about it. I'm starting to think you swing the other way. Dave teased Naruto as he took a sip of beer. You're an idiot. Hey, what are you boys talking about? Amanda asked as she sat next to Dave and Jess sat next to Naruto. Well, Golden Boy here said he's not gonna drink tonight. Why not? Said we need a driver without a hangover. Very responsible, Jess said as she took the beer Dave offered her. Unknown to the four, but they were being watched, and it wasn't by an animal. Naruto said he would be back, wandered off until he reached the docks. Naruto, with his hand in his pocket, looked up at the moon. A smile broke out on his face as he thought about his best friend before he lost her. A tall female figure watched Naruto go off before turning her eyes back to the bad kids, as she called them. In the back of her head, she couldn't help but remember Naruto, deciding whether or not she should go follow him. She chose to stay and punish the naughty kids. She watched as the other boy and girl hopped into the tent. The girl heard her mother talking to her. They're being naughty, Jasmine. They're doing bad things. Go punish them. All except the blonde boy. He's a good boy. Like you're a good girl. Jasmine, nodding to her mother's words, walked towards the moving tent. Seeing the shadow of the boy, she raised her weapon, which happened to be a machete, forcibly stabbing the machete forward, impaling Dave and sending blood all over Amanda's face. Amanda screamed as Dave was thrown out of the tent. The last thing Amanda ever saw was a hockey mask as she was decapitated. Jess went after Naruto, going to surprise him, until she heard a scream. Running back to the tent, she stumbled on the dead bodies of her closest friends. Getting up, quickly running to where she assumed Naruto was, she gave a shriek as a hand pulled her hard and threw her to the ground. Jess tried to get back up, squealed in pain when something impaled her leg. Looking at what impaled her leg, she saw the same machete that killed Amanda and Dave. She also saw their killer as the machete ripped from her leg, going straight down her skull, killing her instantly. When Naruto heard a scream, he ran as fast as his legs could carry him. When Naruto finally reached the area, Naruto saw one of the most horrifying things he has ever seen: a machete being forcibly removed from Jess's skull. Naruto stood frozen in a place as he got a better look at the killer. She was tall, standing at near 7 feet, wearing a brown torn jacket with blue shirt underneath, tight dark pants with a few rips here and there. She had a killer body with a big bust, and behind her, just as good it was clung to in those shots. But what really Naruto had attention was the hockey mask that covered her entire face with her long, beautiful dark hair. Naruto was on guard as she walked towards him, with her head tilted to the side. When she stood directly in front of Naruto, his head barely reached her collarbone. Naruto was frozen in place. He couldn't move. She walked forward, bending down so she could look Naruto dead in the eyes. Naruto reached up for her mask. She pulled back when she saw Naruto going for her mask. "Hey, it's okay," Naruto said softly as he pulled her mask off. Naruto froze when he saw a face he hasn't seen in years. "Jasmine?" A happy smile broke out on Jasmine's face when Naruto remembered her before Naruto could react. She brought Naruto into a bone-crushing hug. "Can't breathe," Naruto gasped out as she slowly put him down. When Naruto caught his breath, he took in all of Jasmine's features, and he honestly thought she turned into such beauty. "How about we go and talk, cause this place seems kinda corpsey." Jasmine gave a happy nod, pulling Naruto by his hand into the forest. As this was a short story and a one shot, I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I know it was kind of a off ending, but honestly it was quite good of a story. I mean, not horror as a ghost one, but as a killer and a thriller one. Yeah, it was kind of a good story. Anyways, if you like this one, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. As I said before, I don't know why I'm saying it again. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out. Peace.